Alright guys, so today we have a video about not being able to let go of the good old days. The 111 crits, the crisp accuracy, and the absolute destruction that was the last word in Destiny 1. And what I have for you fellas today is 90 damage crits, not as crisp accuracy, and the closest thing we could get to all of that, we have the Smugglers Word. So the Smugglers Word is a pretty unique weapon. This is an aggressive burst sidearm, meaning that it's hard hitting, 2-burst fire weapon. So I know you're sitting there already worked up all over it not being actually the last word. Don't worry, with the way things are looking, we should have that baby back by the time Black Armory comes out. But this weapon functions in the same way as if you would be playing with the last word, but without the broken range and the ridiculous crit damage. So the first half of this gameplay, I decided to use the worst roll that I have, so I could get a feel for the base gun. The one that I had was Zen Moment and Threat Detector, but in the time that I was playing for this, I managed to get one to drop from a Crucible game, that armor piercing rounds, quick draw, and Rampage. Now I would definitely love to have Kill Clip over Rampage, but I'll take what I could get, since Kill Clip works better in Crucible anyway. My first initial thoughts on this thing was that I could be a lot more aggressive with this thing over a regular sidearm, since I was getting about the same amount of damage, but at a somewhat faster rate. And I guess as true as that is, it's still a sidearm and it has a lot of range drop off and issues outside of close range. You'll be doing like 45 damage for a crit and 33 to the body. And since this is a 2-round burst, it would technically be like 90 damage crits and 66 to the body. But since it's divided over a 2-round burst, you could end up having a crit and a body and a burst and have like 78 damage per burst, which is still a lot for a sidearm. But with that being said, this thing is pretty amazing for dealing with close range fights with shotguns, and as the last word would do too. I even had a freehand grip mod on this thing so I could try to get even closer to the last word with having more hip fire accuracy and being ready faster. It really helped this thing out with being like quick and snappy. It also punishes people mindlessly aping you from Africa, because nothing feels better than watching somebody have their confidence completely shattered by a man with the most underused weapon type in the game, let alone a different version of it. And like the last word, the Smuggler's Word has great in-air accuracy. It's pretty much perfect so you could take advantage of using your vertical space in case you need to outplay your opponent or throw him off in the middle of a fight. You just jump in the air and use your sidearm. And what I just said there is something you should definitely take into consideration when using sidearms. This is not an outgunning weapon, this is more of like an outplaying weapon, meaning that the raw damage isn't really going to win you the gunfight a lot of the time, but the outplay potential will. You kind of have to like set yourself up for a kill and have good map awareness and good game sense to like correctly use this thing. Now sometimes you can outgun somebody if you have to jump on them or they just really fucking suck. But to use this at its full potential, you need to play smarter and use your map and utility to get most of your kills too. Now as the old men of Destiny would do, we pair this thing up with a high impact sniper rifle with quick draw. I'm using the Valletta D, the year 1 high impact Hake sniper rifle, to act as an LDR or a longbow synthesis. This felt almost the exact same as playing D1 but in D2. Not quite, but almost. I'm glad you could pair this thing with the sniper and get almost the same effect at covering most of your engagement range and still be effective. So some perk combinations that I think would be great on the Smuggler's Word would be having things like high cal and armor piercing rounds with quick draw or snapshot sights, with something like kill clip or even rampage to boost your DPS and to get that time to kill a lot shorter. Also for your mods, you can go with freehand grip to help with that ready speed and accuracy like it is a last word. I wouldn't really recommend using Icarus grip since, you know, again, this thing's in-air accuracy is almost perfect. And if you're on console, unlike me, I'm on PC, you can use targeting adjuster to get that aim assist up even more than it already is, and I can imagine how mad everybody would be for you shooting them around corners. What I realized when I was done using the Smuggler's Word is that sidearms quickly became one of my favorite weapon types to use, if not my favorite. You can use these things almost like shotguns. Of course not fucking smack everybody with one hit and be on your way. But you can almost ape people with sidearms and get still the same effect. You just gotta be better at the game. But if you haven't used these things, I recommend you giving them a try. I know it isn't the last word, but the way you play with it is almost exactly like it. I even have the shader on it to make it look like it too, if that doesn't tell you how sad my life is. And sidearm sniping is actually a super fun way to play, other than sprinting at people at Mach 5 speed with a shotgun. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you use this thing, let me know your opinion about it, or if you have any other suggestions, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, consider dropping a like or maybe even a sub to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.